If you've been looking for Mario mushroom power-ups, galaxy truffles, or just stories around those kind of things in general, maybe even the betrayal of a friendship, you're in for a treat. Now, to tell this story correctly, I have to take you back to middle school. Yeah, 13-year-old Austin. I believe it was 7th grade summer, so I was almost in 8th grade. Now, at this time, I had some rather punk friends. A mix of hippies and punks, to be correct. And these friends would tend to not be the best influences. Like, for instance, asking me to sneak out, go around and get into all sort of teenage shenanigans whenever they were doing them. So on this particular July night, I received a call from one of my friends. For the sake of the story, we'll call her Brandy. Brandy was someone I found highly beautiful, someone I deeply admired, maybe even had a crush on at the time. So, whatever, that's besides the point. The point is, I almost never said no to Brandy when she asked me to hang out. Now, our friend was having a birthday party for, you know, our friend at Ash's house. We'll call her Ash, of course. It's not the real name. And the party was rather small. Not too small, but like 10 people. This is what I mean by small. Like, this is just the homies, not a huge house party. So, one of my homies, Dusty, was joining too. And I decided, screw it. I got nothing better to do. And I asked my mom for permission to hang out. Keep in mind, it was around 9 p.m. when I asked my mom about this. So I was quite surprised when she said yes. So my mom and we get the address and she starts driving me to Brandy's house, about 20-minute drive. And I show up with an electric guitar, about $20 for Ash and her birthday, and lots of excitement. I knock on Brandy's door, and Dusty comes down to greet me. He opens the door, says, "Hi, what up, bro?" And my mom liked meeting parents before letting me stay at someone's house. It wasn't overnight, of course, but it was like as late as 2 a.m. So my mom talks to Brandy's parents, and we figure out all the details, and it's all worked out. I was officially locked into the party. So we got the soda out, the pizza, the party games, and we're just playing these games, and at some point, me and Dusty are having a bro moment, like holding hands, being all weird. It was kind of funny. There's a post on Instagram somewhere, probably now gone and deleted, but I have the picture, I know it, of us doing that, funnily enough. Dusty and I were talking. Randy and I were talking. We're all having a great time. Then, somehow, and some way, whenever things are going good, our friend group somehow always makes everything go to shit. So we had another friend. We'll call her Tanya. Tanya and Brandy have been fighting over me for a while now. And by fighting over me, I mean romantically fighting over me. So Tanya grabbed my hand under the table and started to lace her fingers between mine. Brandy noticed this and was hovering around me trying to get my attention too. I was massively uncomfortable with the tension. I don't like when people kind of start to fight over me. And so I went to the bathroom to kind of escape and just calm down from my anxiety. I eventually come out about 15 minutes later, calming my panic attack to a steady breathing rhythm. Tanya and Brandy went to the bathroom together to talk about girl stuff. I'm pretty sure it was about who had territorial rights, but that's besides the point. They were both safe to be around each other, and they were really good friends, so we just wanted them to be happy and with each other and talking again. That was the ultimate goal. Now, I was getting rather too anxious for the drama and wanted to start heading home. So it's about 2 a.m., and we get in the car. Our friend Ash, who was 16 at the time, could drive. So she started driving. So I start to relax in my seat and enjoy the ride home. Now, at this point, you're probably asking, "Austin, this feels like clickbait. Where's the galaxy truffles? Where's the Mario power-ups?" And we're getting there. Don't you dare worry, dear viewer. As we're driving back, I hear Ash say this: "Maybe I shouldn't have drank the water of life." Or in other words, gotten the Mario power-up, or gained a one-up, perhaps. I immediately questioned Ash about what she meant. And Ash says, "I feel like I'm flying a spaceship." In that very moment, I knew exactly what Ash had meant, and I cannot say that on YouTube. So I knew we were kind of screwed. We were in a Volkswagen Beetle car, a convertible Volkswagen Beetle, and those things are kind of spooky if you get into a wreck. In other words, spooky as heck. Do not get into a wreck. So I asked Ash, "What are you talking about?" And she continues to drop more references of what she had drank. Water, of course. So now I'm just kind of shitting myself. I know if I talk to Ash too much, she won't be able to drive us safely at that point. So I shut up and stayed focused on the road and just kind of tried to help navigate. While this is all happening and realized by me, guess what? Tanya starts making another move on me. Brandy was on my left and Tanya on my right. Right after Tanya was making a move, Brandy started to join in. I am now heavily overstimulated, feeling heavily awkward about the fact that I'm being fought over by two girls, and extraordinarily anxious about getting into a car accident. Luckily, Ash drove safe and got every single person home safe, and I really appreciated that about Ash. I just really had wished Ash had told us about the Mario mushrooms, or the Mario power-ups, or whatever, that she had taken. Now, the moral of the story is just do not do galaxy truffles in a spaceship. Horrible idea. I didn't feel okay being in the car while Ash was driving, and never really got in the car with Ash ever again after that. If you're driving, inform everyone of your current mental state before driving. That's another moral. And if you don't feel safe, vocalize that. That's something I failed to do in that moment. I should have said that. I should have done something. But I didn't vocalize it because I wanted to seem like a cool guy, chill, and whatever. And that could have backfired really badly. But anyway, thanks again for watching. If you have any story times of either people fighting over you or of people being stupid in bug cars, drop them in the comments below. Leave a sub if you like my vibe and my content, and see y'all later. Peace.